we've been able to really think about a roadmap of products. And so could we potentially support the Main Street platform that the Drip Drops team is building? Could we support other kind of card swipe payments to actually get that stablecoin that's in your Cardano wallet and swipe it with the register to use it? That's the exciting thing about Main Street, and I think it would be something that Mehen could do for a number of users who may not be located in the US.
What is going on, ADA Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central. My name is Fareed. To my left, I got Matthew Ploman here, gaining a lot of traction, becoming a star here in his own right when it comes to Mehen. Matt, welcome to the channel. How are you?
Thanks, Fareed. It's good to talk to you. I'm glad we're both able to make it out here. This has been a fantastic event. Kudos to Cardano Foundation for putting on a fantastic show.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. This is my first Cardano Summit. The quality, the people, the networking has all been amazing. I think we've got the best coming up, though, later on tonight. That's going to be the Gala Awards or the Gala Dinner, so I'm excited for that.
We had a fun time last night out in the desert. The internet took a hold of that burning Cardano and just plastered it all over. And so I talked to one of the organizers today, and he said tonight's event's going to be even better.
I can't wait to see what's in store. I felt a little bit of FOMO yesterday when I saw that. I was not there, so I will definitely make sure not to miss that particular event whenever they do it again. Anyway, let's jump into Mehen.
Oh, thanks.
For anybody who hasn't heard of Mehen, do you mind maybe just quickly introducing what Mehen is?
Yeah, so Mehen we're launching USDM, which will be a fiat-backed stablecoin specifically for Cardano. The one-to-one fiat-backed, we have transparent reserves. We've worked with Charlie 3 to give them access to our bank account, and they have API read-only access to the bank account where they take the value of the reserve, publish it on chain. Then we have smart contracts that take that value and incorporate it into the monetary policy of the token so that we can never mint more USDM than comes from the third-party verified reserves. So it will be a truly one-to-one transparent stablecoin, fiat-backed, fiat-redeemable, directly on Cardano. We're launching in the US first. We've been approved to go in 13 states. We're working to get the others, to be a little bit of a roadmap to get those. But for now, we're launching December 19th on Mainnet. Right now, the pre-prod is up. The blockchain side is still under audit. We have SundaySwap doing the audit of our smart contracts, and they will be integrated as soon as that's ready onto the pre-prod version of Cardano, so people can actually get a full chain experience once that's completed.
So you guys are fiat-backed. Do you mind maybe touching on the benefits of having physical cash reserves as opposed to an algorithmic stablecoin or a synthetic stablecoin?
Yeah, so the algorithmics, the synthetics, the bridged assets, if you ever want to actually turn them into dollars, you have to go through a bunch of intermediary steps. So with Mehen, what we're going to do is, if you would like to get the dollar back for the token, if you're in one of the states where we're operating in, then you can come to Mehen, set up an account, KYC, send us the USDM, and then we send you the dollars right to your bank account. It's a fairly simple transaction. We expect to be sending the wires out same day or the transfers out same day, so individuals will not necessarily have to wait very long to get the cash into their bank account.
Got it. Now, you earlier mentioned a Mainnet launch date of December 19th. That was quite a big piece of news here at the Cardano Summit. Do you mind diving into which states are currently approved and then what the plans are when it comes to just their initial rollout? Will it be an incremental rollout where anybody can mint within those approved states, or will it be just a couple of states on that day and then that maybe kind of opens up as time goes on?
It'll be all those states. So everybody who's in one of those 13 states, and I don't know if I can name them all, but they are California, warm sunny Colorado, Wyoming, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Utah, maybe New Hampshire, maybe Connecticut, maybe Florida. Those are still pending. But we have a whole list of them that'll be available. So big ones and important ones where there are lots of people and where lots of Cardano community members are based as well. So we're pleased that we were able to work with the state regulators there. That's the other bit of being fiat-backed, is you have to go through the regulatory process. But what that does is that enables you to do a whole lot with the stablecoin, and you can go through the official banking system, and you can go through the official financial systems and be very integrated into those frameworks. And so as we go through the process, we've been able to really think about a roadmap of products. And so could we potentially support the Main Street platform that the Drip Drops team is building? Could we support other kind of card swipe payments to actually get that stablecoin that's in your Cardano wallet and swipe it with the register to use it? That's the exciting thing about Main Street, and I think it would be something that Mehen could do for a number of users who may not be located in the US.
I've got a quick follow-up question about some of the states that are going to be rolling out, and kudos to you. I think you were about 80 to 90% of them, right? So really cool to hear that. Now I see pending includes Florida, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, and West Virginia. What are they exactly pending for? What are they waiting on?
Well, every state has its own way of treating crypto and way of regulating this kind of activity. Some of the states years ago put into effect Bitcoin ATM laws that exempted certain cryptos from registration as a money payment system. Some of them exempt crypto from regulation altogether. California, until next year, until 2025, will exempt crypto from any kind of regulation. So we can then operate in California. We've engaged the California Department of Consumer Protection, and they will allow us to mint and burn USDM, operate fully in California, and we have similar kind of regulation in different states. So it's partly based on where the community is, but partly based on the way the different states treat crypto. So these are, if you wanted to make a rank ordering of the crypto-friendliest states in the union, these are them.
Got it. Fair enough. Now, we've touched on the states and the rollout time and the mainnet date. Let's maybe talk about some of the projects that you guys are working with to be integrated onto, right? So are there any standout projects that right now you guys are looking to get integrated into, for example, a lending and borrowing platform like Liquid Finance?
So between now and the launch, we would like to include kind of a communications ramp up announcing these kinds of partnerships. So I don't want to get out in front of any of our partners, but rest assured that we have had very good conversations with every DeFi protocol on Cardano, and if maybe I missed somebody, we're actively engaged with those people as well. So we're trying to be community first. We are of the community building for Cardano, and we want that to be our primary focus. And so yeah, we've worked with all of them. We've had some good talks with Axo. We had some good talks with MinSwap. We had some great engagement from the different DEXs, but also any of these lending and borrowing protocols. Optim is going to work with us. We've got a couple of others out there. And so we'll just kind of drip some announcements as they go through, and between now and December 19th is the different protocols that expect to be using USDM.
Happy to hear it, and I'm looking forward to those announcements as they roll out. Now, I want to ask you two more questions as we get ready to close this interview out. The next one is just going to be surrounding challenges and hurdles. Obviously, I think regulations has been one of those, but what else has the Mehen team really been facing, and how have you guys been able to overcome so many obstacles in the process?
Well, the obstacles have really been in education. So I've had a background in traditional finance for 15 years. I've been working in that industry for a very long time. And so I understand how to say things in terms that they will understand, to make it less complicated. I think if anybody's been in blockchain for a while, you try to explain it to your non-crypto friends, you probably have a little better time explaining concepts to people who you've worked with or who you have similar interests to. So whenever I try to explain things to my fiat banking friends or for the regulators or the banking partners or the payments processing partners, we're able to have very frank conversations about what USDM is, how it operates, and how it goes. So that's been very good to do. The other thing is, whenever they have questions or concerns, the community has always delivered for us. We needed something to measure on-chain risk of certain wallets, and so we looked around the community and we found Cerberus. Right? Cerberus has been a fantastic partner for us. They're doing great work. They've got their risk assessment protocols, but then they've also got great token tracing technology. So as the regulators say, well, how are you going to make sure that the token you're redeeming for cash is not coming from an illicit source? They say, well, we're working with Cerberus to track and trace all of the illicit wallets and make sure that these USDM are separated from the ones that could be redeemed. And so we have very good procedures in place that the community has really helped us to deliver. So I'm grateful to everybody in Cardano. Charlie 3 integration has been fantastic. They're doing great work with the banking APIs, and as the bank account changes, they'll change the API, and they've been very good with that too as well. So I'm grateful for everything that they've done, and that overcoming those hurdles has really been credit to the community. Getting Catalyst funding, we're so grateful for the Catalyst funding. A lot of VC money doesn't want to come to Cardano. A lot of VC money doesn't want to touch U.S. companies, doesn't want to touch regulated U.S. companies, and so it's a difficult hurdle for us to raise cash. And again, Cardano community delivers. So really, a lot of great thanks to the community.
Yeah, congratulations first and foremost on getting funded through Catalyst. I thought it was definitely a no-brainer for myself. The amount of liquidity and the amount of use cases that a stablecoin brings, especially right now in Cardano where we only have just a couple, right, I think really made sense. So to see that this was going to a hardworking team that was more than deserving made complete sense to me. Now, to your point about education being a hurdle, I think that one thing that I would like to see a lot of protocols do is put out more educational content. So I would like to maybe see if you guys end up going down that road as well, putting out content to potentially educate people as to how to mint, how to onboard, offboard, how to utilize their stablecoin, and then basically just how to use everything that they're now going to be getting access to with Mehen. So have you guys maybe thought about any of that, putting out official educational content from Mehen about how to use Mehen and about just everything that it has to offer?
I mean, it sounds like a great idea. I haven't actually thought of it, but if I ever touch marketing, it's a disaster. So I'll leave that to the marketing team that does a good job with it, and I'll tell them about, we definitely need to have some educational material, definitely have some, easy to use walkthroughs, video content, that type of thing, definitely.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Now, as we get ready to close this out, I do want to just ask one last thing, and that's going to be what happens after Mainnet once Mehen is on Cardano. What is the next goal and what is the next target?
Well, so according to our launch roadmap that we're very confident with, we will begin to get approved in the various states in Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3. Part of that is also going to be European e-money license and Singapore payments services license. And the Singapore license is very interesting. We expected that to access APAC region and to serve individuals from the community who are in APAC, in the Middle East, and Africa, we would need the Singapore Payments Institution license. But after being here in Dubai and understanding the regulatory regime in Dubai and how integrated the UAE is into other systems, really Dubai is becoming the fintech hub for Middle East, Africa, and Asia, and it will be a fantastic place to start. So we're looking into Dubai as well for licensing. So I'm grateful to the Cardano Foundation for deciding to host this event here, even though it was a little costly to get here. I think it was worthwhile to be able to talk with the right people.
Yeah, it was definitely worth, I think, the trip for myself. I'll definitely be aiming to join next year's Cardano Summit. But from what you just mentioned, it sounds like we might be getting USDM somewhere around here in the Dubai region. Again, not immediately, but hopefully in the future.
I think, it will be sort of a late 24 play. I think a lot of the European regulations are still up in the air. Despite passing MiCA, the actual stablecoin rules haven't been written for European entities yet. So the idea of starting a company in Europe and staffing it there and getting an e-money license before the regulations have been completed is a little tricky. So we're sort of looking late 24 at European, UK, and then something for Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Africa. And we have been engaging here in Dubai with license holding partners that may be able to accelerate that roadmap, and so we're hopeful that we may get some fruit there. But I think eventually we want to end up with our own licenses in these different places. Whenever you decide to use somebody else's regulated entity for your own activities, sometimes the regulators have a problem with that. That's happened with a bank that tried to launch on Cardano. That's happened with a stablecoin that tried to launch on Cardano. And we think that the more that we can control our own regulatory apparatus, the more we control our own fate. So that's where we're looking to go is really to keep it ourselves and understand that we need to engage the regulators. We need to make sure that they understand exactly what we're doing and how we're doing. So maybe licensed partners to cover the rest of the world, but probably by this time next year we'll be talking about, we just launched in this region, that region.
Yeah, like I said, Mehen making a name for itself. I remember speaking with you and Steve Fisher a year ago, and you guys were really trying to get your name out there, and I feel like at this point, everybody's looking for you guys now. So as we get ready to close this out, if I'm a project or just a regular Cardano community member looking to get in touch with Mehen or looking to integrate Mehen, how can I do that?
Well, I'm always open on Twitter for the DMs. I think I'm Matthew Ploman on Twitter. The Discord is discord.gg/Mehen, and Mehen.io is the website. So those are really the best places to get a hold of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Matt Ploman here with the Mehen team, again bringing the first fiat-backed stablecoin to Cardano. If you guys have any questions for him, please leave those down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so. Again, Matt, I want to thank you for joining me here today, and I want to thank you for all the alpha surrounding Mehen. Thank you.
Thank you, Fareed.